Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Pre-Fixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these, absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley? This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup. Dominic.
Christopher, lay it on me. I think I know what's coming, but lay it.
You do. It's about to be laid. Which, P.S., we have not talked about this, but I said at one point, I said, hold on, wait, a couple episodes ago, and you went, horses held, which I think is like, we don't use that enough. That needs to happen more, by the way. Just saying.
Glossary that. Horses held.
Yeah, horses held is incredible.
You know what else went down very well last week, by the way? And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no, go ahead.
When I gave my French version of Boots on the Ground last week in
people
France,
loved it. People loved it.
A lot of engagement, a lot of listeners asking me to tutor them in French, and to which I have to say, that's the only French I know. Sorry.
Yeah, you're at the P. That's the limit right there. Is what
Boots
you just
did. is about it. Yes, but please go on.
Okay, I have a question for you, Dominic. Why are celebrities driving? Why are celebrities driving?
Hang on. Linda, will you slide that box of palm olive over to Chris with the step ladder? He needs to climb atop it.
I don't even know what to say here. If you are a almost billionaire, Tiger Woods, everyone knows what I'm talking about. Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an almost billionaire that has had a line like I almost said soccer. Am I okay? A golf, like sporting goods line for the majority of my lifetime, by the way. You should never be behind the wheel of a car just on dignity alone, let alone if you're someone who's gotten a DUI and already rolled a car before. The fact that you're doing this again, why are celebrities driving? This is my platform.
This is for your next pageant. This is what
I don't know. I don't know what for.
Okay.
It's my platform
for
nothing. Well, but this is my platform. Why are celebrities driving? I need you to give
when
me
I
an
tell
answer.
you that Chris has been champing at this the entire week, this is not just performative. This is his actual meaning in life right now, is to figure out why anyone of note would drive themselves anywhere.
It's a great mystery. Think about, okay, you know how in like Ancient Aliens, have you ever watched that show?
No.
You're gonna kill me. In the first season, by the way, banging. Like then
the name of it is Ancient Aliens for real.
Ancient Aliens. It was on like the History Channel. And there's all these things of like that we can't explain. Like the pyramids. Like how did they make the pyramids? We still don't know. Like,
was there an episode about when Cher got here? Or no?
Yeah, no, probably. There are some recreations that do look like her, I will say.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she's...
But like, there's episodes where it's like, and then like, God came down in a vessel in the Bible, and it's like, oh, that was an alien. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, this actually makes sense. But anyway, I regress. But like, there's some things of like, oh, there's this hole in like Nova Scotia that's so far deep, and we can't, every time we go to dig to the bottom of it with the technology we have like today, it like floods with water, and there's these like booby traps that won't let it happen. So like, how was that created back in the ancient times? You know what I mean?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I have no answer for that. I also have no answer for why celebrities are driving, is what I'm saying to you.
Okay. I want to make sure we're very clear that the mystery of why Tiger Woods drives his own car for you is on par with how the pyramids were built.
Correct. And I stand on that because it's that baffling to me. It is that baffling to me.
All right. Linda, take the soap back. Go wash some dishes. Why am I what?
Why? No, I'm saying why, not you. Why are you as in Tiger Woods? Why are you?
Well, Actually, there was Tiger has not released a statement, obviously. But
No, of course not.
There was an article that I sent you. It was like specifically for you, and the headline of the article is "Why doesn't Tiger Woods hire a driver?" And apparently, the answer is because of privacy concerns. And it's like, Tiger, we have a wall of mugshots for you. You have no privacy.
Yeah, no,
baby.
there's no privacy. Your wife chased you out of your house with the 9-iron and beat your car to a living pulp. Like,
we know
over.
your mistress is, your girlfriend is a Trump. Like, you don't have privacy, baby. What are you trying to do? You might as well walk everywhere in the nude. That's how much privacy you have, Tiger Woods.
Not privacy concerns. Also, pay them a respectable wage to keep them quiet, by the way.
Well,
security,
Chris,
what I mean? Security guards
stars are just like us, Chris. They're just like us.
Security guards and drivers have all of the tea,
Security guards, drivers, and editors know all the secrets in all of celebritydom. They know everything. Yeah, I mean, to get a little more superficial about it, that mugshot, Jesus Christ, he used to be cute. That is but that's more of the concern with me. Not like, how are you that rich and you don't have a driver? It's like, how are you that rich and that's your skin? Please take care. Please take care of it.
I know he used to be so back. I mean, but think about it. He became famous when I was like a very young child. Like he's been he's been through it. And even think about like when Rachel,
I was like 20 when he
like all that.
Famous.
Yeah, like whenever like the cheating and the wife chasing him with the golf club, like that was like over 10 years ago now, right? Like that was a long time ago.
Oh, close to 20 now. I mean, it's got to be. It was forever ago. Yeah, I mean, is this going to be like, remember after the last time it was like he mounted a comeback and it never really, like, it's done. It's done. Just whatever. I don't know. I also tend to think that the Trumps are a little like the Kardashians, where once you marry into that family, things just like start to go to shit. Also, why, if you want privacy, you don't date Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. You don't want privacy. You're just an alcoholic, and it's okay, and get it taken care of or do what you need to do. But like,
or don't
privacy,
drive or be an alcoholic with a driver. There you go.
No one who wants privacy goes to Mar-a-Lago.
No.
All right, let's turn to some good news, because we each have a separate diva here who has tectonically affected the earth this week. As we reported last week that Celine Dion, it was rumored by our correspondents Boots de la Terre at La Paris Danse that she would be doing a residency there. And she is. She's got 10 shows planned in Paris in September and October. And it was her birthday earlier this week, and she announced it on her birthday. And we do have a special correspondent there who's on the waiting list to try to make sure Christopher gets to. I don't know how you haven't been to Paris before, and it's not. I'm not even trying to sound bougie by saying it. It's just, I don't know. I've never been to Spain, so it's sort of on the same level as that. Yeah. Like, how is that possible? But I hope it happens. I hope you get to go, and bon chance. Now, while we're on a diva track, I
can't wait. P.S. Like, we'll fly there. Like, legitimately, we'll go. Of course. I'll spend I will max out a credit card to go do this, by the way. Like, do not
It's
care.
a great reason to go to Paris for the first time, though. Like, what a great core memory that will be. Speaking of core memories, some of you know high-powered television executive who is a good friend of mine, who we only refer to as Wolf Klitzer. For NDA purposes. Well, at the crack of dawn yesterday, before this major news story broke, he filled me in that Mariska Hargitay, Donna Louise Hargitay, was going to be making, and I don't understand how this is possible, her Broadway debut. She will be taking over in a one-person show, by the way. She'll be taking over for Daniel Radcliffe in the Broadway play, Every Brilliant Thing. He texted me this. I didn't even respond to his text. I went on the internet right away. I went to the ticket site. In this particular production, which Daniel Radcliffe has been getting really good reviews for, it's very audience interactive. Correct. It is still a play. He's getting very good reviews. There are seats on the stage. There was one single seat in the front row. Stage seats. Dominic Luis Pupa has that seat for Mariska's premiere on May 26th. No,
the premiere?
Her opening night. Yeah, her opening night. I will be there on the stage.
I'm shaking. My body is vibrating right now, Dominic. Look, I have chills. Look.
Can I? Oh my God, you really do. Look at those arm hairs.
I'm having a mental breakdown for you. Wait.
I'm beside myself. This is a major moment.
I'm terrified to find out how much money you spent on these.
It was like an average price for a Broadway ticket. It was like $2.99 was the ticket.
Okay.
So which is sort of like the going rate.
For Dominic, for that, cheap.
Yeah. Well, given, that I'll get to see an absolute idol, you all know Mariska Hargitay, right? Wife, mother, actress, activist, hero, legend, icon, author, filmmaker, goddess. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, she's one of your biggest. Like she's share level with you.
She's a
for
big
you.
one. She's a big
Yeah.
one. And I'm so excited. And literally, and I posted some content this morning on Insta, a new reel where I am absolutely mystified that this is her Broadway debut, but eagle-eyed listeners will know that during my holiday show just a few months ago on stage in several cities, I got the ball rolling by suggesting to the world that Mariska Hargitay appear in Oh Mary. And this, I feel, is what put in the universe. I think someone said, let's put Olivia Benson on Broadway. So waiting to find out if my ticket is comped, since I'm obviously responsible for this. So you all know where to reach me. Every brilliant thing, people. But if you're going on Mariska's opening night, wave to me on the stage.
Please. Yeah, you'll see Dominic Pupa on the stage. I plan on co-starring. I'm literally crying.
Stop!
Not really. My eyes are just watering, but yes.
And get those tickets. She's only in it for 40 performances, so go get it. Go get it.
You're going to be so close to her. Have you ever met her before?
I was at many years ago when SVU started. My friend Eric and I were at a bar on the lower, what do we call the lower west side? Somewhere by the Holland Tunnel, one of those bars. And I met her just like in a hello, goodbye. But again, like SVU was sort of new and I already loved it.
This isn't like present day.
But she was beautiful. I mean, she was beautiful, like absolutely. And of course, she shot SVU last year. She shot across the street. So I wouldn't say I met her. I will say it did come across that I mildly stalked her. But I really was just in my apartment. I didn't go outside and bother.
Yeah, you can't stalk someone from your home. Yeah,
no, you can't. She stalked me, technically.
Yeah, technically. Well, J-Lo. Remember whenever she
just like J-Lo.
Greg Arcade did the thing of her arresting J-Lo for stalking us, and it was the New York Post.
Speaking of which, did you see J-Lo branching out in her residency?
Hassan sent it to me.
She sang "Don't Rain on My Parade" in her Vegas show. The Barbra Streisand,
the
classic.
gall, the nerve,
the audacity. But I will tell you, she. Natalie Katona also sent this to us, who's a friend of the pod, and she thinks that J-Lo nailed it. I wouldn't quite say nailed, but she delivered.
Ever nailing it, by the way. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Leah Michelle's
Leah Michelle is the only person to ever actually nail it.
And it's no
Barbara.
Shade. It's all tea. It's no shade.
It's a song that's unsingable. You know what I mean? It's like...
Right. Well, J-Lo made it singable by making it almost an octave lower, but I gotta say she sounded pretty good. I mean, I think that she's actually more talented of an artist than we would give her credit for, but it's just that I think she's good. I'm gonna leave it at that. No, I think that J-Lo can sing.
But this is the thing. I don't need her singing "Don't Rain on My Parade." I need her singing. I just don't need that from her. I need her singing, "Ba-na-da-na-ba, we can get right. Ba-na-na, we can get right." Like, that's what I need her singing.
Possible.
My pussy is popping to that song. You know what I mean?
I think that she's not your pussy. I think that she's sensing that there's a shelf life to all of that and how much she can do. And I think that she's transitioning. I think that she's trying to put these standards. Now, keep in mind, while she's singing this song, she is in a one-piece bodysuit that is made up to look like a mock tuxedo, but she is essentially wearing a bathing suit while she's singing it. So she's still J-Loing the shit out of it.
No, sure. But do you know what I mean?
Hey, have any listeners seen the J-Lo show? Because I haven't. I don't know anyone personally that has seen. No, I don't want to.
I kind of do. I don't know.
I'm fine with the clips. You can go and report back. I don't know. I
might need to. Why not?
I don't know.
But it's probably like $7 million, and it's like, for what?
I love her, for a series of bathing suits. I mean, she dances her ass off. Every clip I've seen, she's in better shape at 55 than I would ever be at 25. So props all around.
All this to say, I'm so excited for you for Mariska Hargitay. That is.
Well, I'm excited for you.
That's
for Celine.
That's stratospheric, Dominic. Like,
it is. Like, I don't think a big enough deal's being made out of it, to be honest with you. Yeah. And I don't understand why all 40 of her performances weren't sold out like within 15 minutes. But I think once the Law and Order fans get wind of what's happening and that this is a place where you can actually be with her because Wolf Klitzer went to see it. He said it's great. And he said, you get there like an hour before Daniel Radcliffe goes out and talks to the audience and just hangs out with them. And he, and I think a producer, select people who are going to become a part of the show. Like,
Dominic, I will just walk off a bridge afterwards if you tell me that it's like you're her scene partner.
I think it's going to be like a Jan Brady situation where when she
Sure.
walks out, I'm going to absolutely freeze and not say anything. And then I
Yeah,
won't
no.
even remember being there.
Yeah.
And someone will send
Just
me a picture.
Be in a full blackout the entire time.
I will probably pass out. That'll be the next time I faint. All right,
Oh,
moving on. Oh
God.
God, it's April Fool's Day today. God, I hate April Fool's Day.
Oh, I hate worst thing
it.
ever.
I really hate it.
Don't fool us. I don't like it. I don't like pranks. I don't like, have you ever seen like that couple that has their house? They do like the balloons full of shaving cream.
Yes.
And they shoot each other. Like they shoot them with Nerf guns and then they fall on their heads. Like I'd rather be shot than have that happen to me. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather like have something actually bad happen to me than that.
It's just like the day is really for people who are already douchebags that you can't stand to remind you why you can't stand them. And they just take it further. That's what the day means to me. And I'm a person who tries to be funny like for a living. And I find funny about April Fool's Day.
No,
like,
it's just, no, I hate it.
It's amateur hour and I want you to stop. I also stay off the internet on April 1st because AI has already made April Fool's Day every day on the internet. So nothing is real anymore anyway. So it's a day when I'm not on it. So if you're trying to message me today, you better send me a text because I'm not going on Instagram because it's all a lie.
April Fool's Day. Wow, we're really mean, aren't we?
No, April Fool's Day is a bastard holiday.
Yeah, I hate it.
Hoda Kotb interviewed Savannah Guthrie. It's just heart-wrenching. Like it continues to be just the most heart-wrenching thing. It is so unimaginable. Can I just say something? Something happened in Europe where like a truck was hijacked in Europe. They stole 400,000 Kit Kat bars. And I'm listening on 1010 Wins the other day. I'm going to come back around to Hoda Kotb.
Is this real?
I swear to you.
Why did they do that?
Because apparently this sort of theft is becoming very rampant in Europe where like people are hijacking trucks full of product in Europe. And they took 400,000 Kit Kat bars. And apparently, according to 1010 Wins, the way that they're manufactured and batched is that if you come across a Kit Kat bar and scan it, whatever you're scanning it on, something will pop up telling you that this product is stolen and how to return it and report it to the authorities. Which I say, why can't we fucking find Nancy Guthrie, but we're going to find these fucking Kit Kat bars in Europe?
No,
it just doesn't make sense. The first thing I thought about when they're like, we're going to recover the Kit Kat bars was, where's Nancy Guthrie? That was the first thing I thought of. And also, I don't understand
like, what? And also, what are they doing? You are right in every single way. I'm not detracting from that. Like, it's infuriating. But also, like, what are they doing with these Kit Kat bars? Selling them to stores? Like, I don't understand.
I don't
Selling
know.
them on the streets? Like, what? That is the strangest thing I've heard all week.
Maybe someone's building a structure out of them, or you can make a raft. I don't know what it would be. Maybe Banksy stole them. I don't know. Like, why does someone steal that
Someone's
much?
trying to get 17 billion breaks because I've been needing them so much. I'm sorry.
You know what? Someone needs the cash to buy a Celine ticket. Someone needs a Celine ticket.
No, but like that is the oddest thing I've heard in my life. Like
I just got what you meant about give me a break, and you're saying 17 million breaks. Give me a break of that Kit Kat bar. Thank you. I'm sorry, it took me a minute.
But you know, I don't get it. Like what? You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. Wouldn't it be funny if it was just the simplest answer where it was just like a manic fan of Kit Kats and they're just like, I'm just obsessed with Kit Kats. They weren't trying to resell them.
It's like lined with Kit Kat bars on their walls.
They're just going to eat them for the rest of their lives. So Savannah, it was a heartbreaking interview. I actually don't recommend anyone watch it because it's excruciating.
Horrible. Yes.
And somehow this woman, I don't know how she's going to do this, but she will be returning to the Today Show this coming Monday, April 6th. She's going to return to work in the saddest line from the thing, because from the interview, she just said, I don't want my children to think that this incident took their mother from them. So I got to get back to normal life,
I have to just continue. We've said that before here. Is like, you have to just move on with which is like the worst thing. And like, we're so sad about this, and like, know that this happens every day to someone that's not famous.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing. You know what I mean? It's like something like this happens all the time to people, and it's like heartbreaking.
And
like, think about how sad this story is. It's happening right now to someone else.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not happening in Arizona, because they're never going to find her. They're just not prepared to enforce law there. It is so bizarre. Some better news this week. So Britney Spears returns to Instagram. Now, we sent a siren in the group chat because at one point she's appearing with one of her sons. And it's sort of like your initial response, given what Brittany Jean has been doing for the past couple years on Instagram, is please don't involve your children in this lunacy. But then she posts again and she's with both sons. And I have to say, completely objectively, as someone who's been critical, justified or not, of her journey over the past few years, she looks so happy and so refreshed and so better than she has looked, at least on social media, for, and I'm not exaggerating, years. When she's standing in between those two boys, you just think to yourself, you never should have been separated from them. You never should have been away from them for a day. They never should have been in their father's custody. That's where whoever was taking care of her with the conservatorship, that's where they dropped the ball, not insisting that she get to mother these kids more, because she looks so happy in those stills and those videos. You're like, it makes you smile, really.
Well, they were used as pawns to get her to do whatever they could, because they're like, you can see your kids if you do this. In the South Park episode about Britney Spears, about her conservatorship, basically, and her like doing Gimme More, the entire thing is that she just wants to see her kids. I was in high school when that came out. Think about how long it's been since they've been using her kids as a pawn against her. The reason they got her in the conservatorship is because they told her someone was in the house trying to find her and the kids. And they told her to lock herself in the bathroom with the kids. And then they said she's locked herself in the bathroom with her kids and we're scared. And that's how they 5150'd her. Those children have been used as pawns against her their entire lives.
And they're adults now. It's sort of great and fun to sort of, because we have, as we do with anyone, particularly a woman who becomes famous at a young age, we have like infantilized her throughout her.
Forever.
And she's she is truly middle-aged now. And we're still sort of infantilizing. I mean, we do it too, but she doesn't help with the whole knives and thongs situation on that dirty dog poop floor. But to see her standing with these two adult men who are her offspring is wild. It's just,
and this is
wild.
all she's ever wanted. It's all she's ever wanted, is to be with her own children.
It put me, as far as Britney Spears goes, it put me in a good Britney Spears mood to see that happen. And I was panicked at first, but then when she had both kids together, I'm like, there she is. It was the easiest solution ever. Just give her kids.
I'm telling you, one of those kids is going to do a tell-all interview and it's going to like shake the foundation of the world. I bet you. One of the kids is going to be like, my dad. Because never forget, like the kids, they had to take a restraining order out against the dad because he like slapped them across the face. Remember that?
I do not remember this.
Yes. They had to like, there's trouble in paradise with the rest of the family. So I bet you in a few, maybe even this year, one of the sons is going to sit down with like my nemesis, Diane Sawyer, probably the fucking bitch. And then like be like,
no, Diane's cooked. Diane's cooked.
And Brittany hates her, so she won't let it happen. But like someone out who like call her daddy ? Someone who's the new Diane Sawyer.
I don't. Did we just? Oh my God! Diane was on a red carpet recently. Well, Diane was on a red carpet recently, and she had one of those keyhole blouses on with her shoulder hanging out. Do not recommend. Do not recommend. I was a little bit. How dare you? It was inappropriate for the event that she was at, and Diane's 80. And you know, I'm fully like. No, you let old women get laid, but I was like, don't do it, Diane. We can't forgive you for what you did to Whitney. To Brittany. You gotta retire. Just stay out. Whitney and Brittany, get out of there.
I'm telling you, the kid, those sons are going to be singing like canaries eventually, and it's going to like fuck people's shit up.
Well, since we can't talk about Britney without talking about Justin Timberlake these days, because their publicists are clearly in cahoots, releasing stories in tandem. As I like to think, I said a few weeks ago after the DUI, I'm like, this is the beginning of his comeback. He is most likely going to be having a Las Vegas residency. A very good business decision for Justin.
That is great. Yeah, that is a very
good idea.
That works for him. A world tour does not.
No.
God, what a
Yeah, let's see how much he leans into it. Let's see if they serve alcohol at these shows.
all I'm going to say is faux shizzle, faux shizzle.
Oh, God, please don't wear those squeaky white high tops. Please, Justin.
And khaki pants.
No khaki cargos for you. Please.
They weren't even cargos. That's the sad part.
So Sydney Sweeney is appearing in this movie. She's been cast in this movie that's being directed apparently by Mr. Coleman Domingo, one of our faves. And it is about the legendary, I guess, romance between Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, brother.
and an actress who some of you, I hope, know, but people who are my age maybe will, Kim Novak, who was a Hitchcock actress. She was on Falcon Crest. I mean, she was a very famous siren.
Yeah.
If she's not 90, she's close to it. Anyway, I guess Kim Novak who is still very much alive and an artist and living out west, was not consulted about the project or who was going to play her. She is not happy
What
that
a surprise,
Sydney Sweeney
by
is
the way.
playing her, and basically said, I'm paraphrasing, but that Sydney Sweeney's tits are too big to play her. She's like, Sydney Sweeney is way too big up top to play me. I am flat-chested, and I feel like because she's such a sex symbol, they're going to be leaning into just me and Sammy, our sexual relationship, when it was so much deeper than that. Like, we had to break up because we were an interracial couple and the studios made us break up in the 60s. And that's the story. And she's like, I don't want to see this woman pretending to have sex with Sammy Davis Jr. as me. So Sydney Sweeney getting it from all sides.
I know. Who's playing Sammy Davis Jr.?
I'm going to look that up now because I didn't know this actor, but when I saw him, oh my God, by the way, Kim Novak's direct quote was, she sticks out so much above the waist.
Oh, I can't. Yes, same. But in other ways.
Okay, so the actor playing Sammy Davis Jr. is a British actor by the name of David Johnson. I have one note. He's gorgeous. And Sammy Davis Jr. props to being a fantastic entertainer. Just not gorgeous. So he's getting the treatment that Prince Charles got in The Crown, where we're looking with one eyebrow and going, this would be a different story if you were that hot. Because you were not. I'll probably watch it anyway. And speaking of Coleman Domingo, he will be hosting the next brand new Saturday Night Live. I believe it's the first time he's hosting. And that will be a treat. I can't wait to see it. The Oscars, as you know, they are leaving ABC and going to YouTube. And in that same year, 2029, which will be the 101st Academy Awards, the Oscars will be leaving the Dolby Theater. And they will be going to downtown's LA Live in 2029. They will be switching venues.
Don't love it.
I don't love it. I've been to the Emmys at LA Live. It is a huge blank cavern. It's really not, there's nothing elegant at all about it. It also seats 2 to 3 times the amount of people that the Dolby Theater seats. So already a bad sign that we're moving to YouTube. Number one, that's a bad sign because
you'd think they'd want some anchor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
because the D'Amelios or who, I don't know who's big on you. They're going to host the fucking Oscars now.
Not the D'Amelios.
But now we're also like in a cavern where people are going to be screaming like they're at a sporting event. So,
and you're going to, P.S., you're going to be able to buy a ticket to the Oscars
for like $10 probably.
No, but for like $10,000 and people are
let's enjoy the Academy Awards until its 100th iteration in 2028. And then we just don't anymore. Maybe the Oscars had a good 100-year run and now they're sort of like the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards where they'll be giving out like candy zeppelins to people.
And they can slime people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So good luck to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Stephen Colbert has lined up his next gig after he wraps up his show in just a few weeks, I would imagine. I mean, the end of the TV season is in May, and I think that's when he's ending. But Stephen Louise Colbert is going to be co-writing the next Lord of the Rings movie. This film will come after Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, which we've been talking about on this broadcast periodically for the past couple of weeks. But he will be co-writing the next one, which is very exciting. I mean, I guess I don't know how known it is that he's like a huge, like lifelong Lord of the Rings fan.
I think I did know that. Yeah.
I think that's exciting. An interesting move because you know what? It's very much, it's not a fame. It's what he wants to do. It's very much like, what do I do bigger? I've already hosted a nighttime talk show every night for years. I mean, writing a Lord of the Rings movie is a very prestige job. Don't get me wrong. It's not fame baity though. It's not I need to outdo this thing. He's like, why outdo it? I already killed it.
He's like, what am I going to do? Yeah. Like, he's like, I'm just going to do something that gives me happiness. You know what I mean?
So good for you, Stephen. Good luck. Do not believe the widespread rumor from this past week that Lisa Rinna has been offered a significant deal to return to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She has not. Everyone is releasing statements. There was a very convincing story on several reputable Instagram pages and gossip sites that said it was almost a done deal, and it is not. Everyone is saying she's not coming back. She has said she's not coming back. And that is the end of it. Speaking of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Andy Cohen not happy with Sarah Michelle Gellar because apparently she appeared. I don't know this for she might have appeared on our friend, the Page Six Boys, Evan and Danny's Sirius Radio show, just talking about all things Buffy and SMG, and she's got a movie coming out. And she is a Housewives fan, and she said that she thought the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was boring this season, that everyone was giving it their best shot.
She was just on Watch What Happens Live, too.
And so apparently what rankled Andy was like, so why is she talking shit? Well, the background of every shot is that she's on Radio Andy. That was a little bit annoying, I thought. And I can honestly understand. It's like, can you maybe do that in someone else's house instead of mine, talking badly about my product? Yeah. I'm sure she did it with love. She's not the only person who's been critical of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but
everyone's allowed to have their opinion.
Sure. Everyone who has been critical has said, though, that Rachel Zoe is their favorite part of the season. Yeah. Everyone who's been watching.
She's great. She's great. But this is the thing on Housewives, there you have your transitional years, you have your, not every season is like a season that like slaps you in the face, but like the reason that they have been on for so long and the shows have such longevity is that they know how to do, like there's more there than just the like, and then these two people fight
peaks
and then
valleys.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like they have the valleys that like are these character building seasons where you see people's stories, like some sunset, and then you see some other people, you know, some sunrises like Rachel Zoe.
Peaks and valleys. That's why I could only watch Everything Everywhere all at once, because it was like being in one of those simulation Star Wars rides in Disney World, but it broke and it wouldn't stop and I couldn't get out of it and I needed a breath. A great movie, but like a one-time watch for me.
Peaks and valleys.
When you're telling the story, you need peaks and valleys.
Yes,
That's it.
yes. You need
to
rest. Yes.
While we're in Housewives land, Candy Burris and Todd Tucker's divorce is final. Here is what the settlement was. A surprise.
Would love to get into the numbers of this.
Candy's giving to Todd, not the other way around.
No shit.
Obviously. They're sharing custody of their children, but she controls their passports. By the way, we're getting this from, this is a report from a friend of the podcast, Gibson Johns. Obviously, he is in touch with Candy's lawyer. Candy only has to pay Todd a $426,000 lump sum. No child support, no spousal support. That seems like a low number to me.
That's like very low.
Yeah. Todd had to pay
like
Candy.
Rich.
Oh, yeah. Todd had to pay Candy $38,000 to settle the balance of their Hawks season tickets. I don't know anything about sports, so I'm going to assume this is an actual show with birds in it, the Hawks tickets. But she keeps the tickets.
It's at the aviary. Go to the.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite part. He gets 6 of their cars. She gets 5.
Incredible.
Who are you, Jay Leno? Why? Why so many? He's got now about 10 days to move out of her guest house, which is where he's been living.
$400,000 is like, I mean, for me, it's so much money. You know what I mean? But it's like, but like for how much money she has, it's that, I mean, because she probably was like, I will bury you under litigation and I can pay for it and you can't. So you better fucking say yes and let's.
I feel like this isn't the full deal. I feel like there's more. I could spend that in a year. Less.
That's the saddest part of the whole thing.
I could spend that on one vacation. I've never had the
opportunity. You would just extend and extend. You can pay it in just changing your flight fees.
Absolutely. Okay, I don't know what's happening in Thailand at the Miss Thailand pageant, but every day there's a new viral video from it, and I'm obsessed.
I'm seeing things
to the point where I'm going to take my $426,000 and be in the audience for next year's Miss Thailand pageant.
Why?
One contestant literally lost her teeth live. Her flipper fell out while she was introducing herself, and it was terrible that this is going to be probably a video loop on her tombstone. But it was terrible for her. Absolutely terrible.
Not lost.
But I recommend watching it. She was a champ. She moved them back in with her tongue and went right back out on that stage. There was no fucking around. She's like, I'm a professional, but now you see that I don't have very good teeth.
Not losing her teeth. Like your teeth are falling out while you're going on the stage to like.
The whole top, like they came out. They just came out. They didn't fall out of her mouth, but they fell in her mouth. And you could tell she was pissed, but she soldiered on. I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have thrown them into the audience and ran off stage crying. I don't know what I would have done. But then there's another contestant. And the best way I can describe this woman is that she's the Thailand version of who's the Australian breakdancer? What the fuck was that lunatic's name? Yes, it's Thailand's version of Ray Gun, because during a choreographed dance number, there's this one contestant competing for Miss Grand Thailand who just decides to do her own choreography and break free from the rest of the pack. And it's like watching Elaine dance on Seinfeld. And this woman is deadly serious about it. Please Google it. Because people are saying she rendered the pageant inelegant. I'm like, how? Someone's teeth fell out 5 minutes ago. She's just playing along.
How? And also, but also like, that's never a good, like, they don't like when you like break from tradition. Like they want you to be like one of the pack. You know what I mean? Like if she's like, here's the time for my solo, like what's her name? Melody and from PCD, you know what I mean? Coming up to just do a run. Like she's then never been seen from again. You know what I mean? That's not, they don't like
this lady she is dancing like Boo the Fool here. Like it's not like she does look, it is definitely a play for attention, and now she's got it. So good for her. I don't know what all these pageants in Asia are a whole like.
No, it's a big deal. They're like huge. Go there. They're a big deal. I know. I would.
That's what I'm spending.
Yeah.
When I divorce Candy Burrs, that's what I'm going to do with my.
That's the $400,000. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to just move there and go to pageants all day. Okay, so the morning show, this upcoming season of the morning show.
Here we go. Go ahead.
It's turning into the White Lotus. Now Sean Hayes is going to have a role on the morning show. No, I love Sean Hayes. No problem. No, I'm just like, can you hire some out-of-work actors for something once in a while, people?
Dominic, yes, you love him, but like no one comes out of this show unscathed. Like his character is going to be like an insane, like I can't even wait to see what they're going to do with him. You know what I mean? Like, here we go.
Have you seen this video of Leanne Rimes getting her jaw reset?
No.
Okay.
For singing or like?
No, just like she's not I don't know if it's a chiropractor. Part of my algorithm on the internet is like, I am very big into watching backs get cracked and necks and adjustments. Like I'm in there. And occasionally you'll see, and I don't know if it's a chiropractor or someone adjacent to a chiropractor, but it is a real thing, like getting your jaw reset. And it can be a very emotional experience because you really do. I sound like I'm wearing a tinfoil hat. You can carry a lot of stress in your jaw. It's actually not spoken about enough. Like you really, it is what pain goes to your jaw, and some people
like grinding your teeth and stuff. Yeah,
absolutely. So I've seen videos of people getting their jaws reset and then they get emotional and they cry. Well, Leanne Rimes took this to the 11th power of annoyance, and they reset her jaw, and she starts crying and wailing like she walked in on Brandy Glanville riding Eddie Cibrian. Like, and then posted it. And it goes on for such a long time that, as you see in the dossier I sent you, the title of this story for me is I Can't with Leanne Rimes. I can't. Re-edit that video, make it 10 seconds and repost it. So as you see, when I sent you this email this morning, that my headline for this story is just I Can't with Leanne Rimes, and I can't. Re-edit that, make a 10-second version and put it on to prove your point. I don't need 40 seconds of you wailing as though someone has passed away in front of you.
And funny enough, in Celine Dion's concert movie DVD, when she does the Taking Chances World Tour, there's a guy that tours with her is her chiropractor that just realigns her jaw for her. And so there's a time in it. And when you were like, when people get their jaw cracked, literally the first thing I thought of, because this is like from like 2008 probably, but he would be there and she's like, oh, get ready. She's like, he's going to like everyone's going to be freaked out by this. Like, get ready. And he like puts his thumbs in her mouth and is like, one, like you do, like they do with your neck when they like crack your neck and they're like 1, 2, 3, and they crack it. He like does this thing where he like goes like up and down and like literally like her neck, she gets like whiplash from it basically. You hear it like cracking her jaw and she's like, thank you. And she goes, it hurts him more than it hurts me, is what she says.
Your Celine's actually getting very good. Not the voice as much as the way you position your face. You're really like,
Yeah, she's
You
very
should shave
easily.
and start a side
She's a
business.
very
Or maybe don't shave. You could be the bearded Celine. Why
the
not?
bearded Celine.
Why not?
But no, it's like it is a very intense thing. But like, what?
Mm.
And here's the other thing: it's like they just can't do anything without posting it on the internet now these days. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Which I understand, but there's just got to be a limit to it for me.
yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm shitting on her. I don't know why I'm not I don't know why I don't like her. I
No,
feel like I
it's-
should, but I don't know why I don't. I'm sure she doesn't
is.
give a shit. But
No. But again, because she does things like that. She does things like that where she posts her jaw being cracked and crying.
that's the reason. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
just
it's like,
answered it. Why don't I like her? Well, look at the video. Yeah, of course that's why I don't.
yeah.
Stop.
And it's like
Please stop.
performative emotion. She's like, oh, this is very
So
vulnerable
much.
for me to do. And it's like, no, it's not actually.
So much. Save that shit for your life. I mean, honestly, if she were as good in Lifetime movies as she was in this video,
Slam.
I might even
Slam.
watch them.
Slam.
Okay, let's just talk about this new Harry Potter series on HBO Max.
I've been waiting.
We're not going to get into a debate about, I mean, unless you want to, Christopher, about separating the art from the artist. I'm not interested if you're going to watch. I'm not interested what you.
I don't even need
not
to.
you specifically. I just mean people in general, like people, like everyone screaming in the think pieces about how can you, blah, blah. I don't care. Watch what you're going to watch. You're doing it in the privacy of your own home. I don't know why you're telling me about it anyway. However, the guy playing Snape is black and is getting death threats online. Who are these people that issue death threats on the internet?
Yeah, they're out of their minds.
Who are these people?
Lunatics.
And why? And I'm not exaggerating when I say, why aren't these people just put in jail for the rest of their lives for proving that they don't belong here? They can't play well with others. They're not. You don't have to assimilate into society to the point where your individuality is, muffled, but you can't just randomly make death threats to people and just because it's the internet and not in person that it's okay. I don't understand why we're going to find these 400,000.
Yeah, but I was going to say, but they're tracking down the Kit Kats, but not these
But
people.
all these basement dwelling motherfuckers that issued, I'm always like, no matter what the scandal is, the celebrities come forward and they're like, I'm getting death threats. I'm getting death threats. And it's said so often that we don't understand
we're
the
so
gravity of like,
desensitized to it.
yeah. Like even like when the Bachelorette from last week. Oh, I'm getting death threats. This isn't normal. No, it's not. And you're a crazy bitch and you still shouldn't be getting death threats. No one should be getting death threats on the internet.
No, it's, yeah.
Because a character that you read in a book wasn't specifically stated that he was black. And now that he's black on a TV show, you think he should die. If you're one of the people doing those death threats, I want you to play the sentence back I just said and understand that you should go somewhere where no one can find you. You're not wanted here. It's so fucking dumb. People are dumb.
And also, if you really want to be upset with someone, be upset with the person that casted him, not the actor who's like, I'm just here to play a role that they offered me. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're actually not even going to the source
death
of
threats to the
your
production
quote
company,
unquote
not to this
problem. Man. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like he's just there. What's he doing? Not that, you know what I mean? You are 100% right. And yet it doesn't look good. I'm sorry.
I don't have an opinion yet. I watched the trailer. It just looks all right.
It's just like what, but it's like a thing where it's like, we have so many legends that are in the original. Like when you saw like Professor McGonagall and the person that actually played her first was Dame Maggie Smith. Legend. International icon and legend, Dame Maggie Smith. Do you know what I'm saying?
So who's playing her? Actually, well, Janet McTeer is a great actress, but I did bristle when I was like, oh, I don't know. I wasn't sure.
She's not Maggie Smith. I'll tell you that much.
Well, nobody is. No.
And even the little kids, it's LOL, because I was quite literally a child whenever the original movie came out. But I was even just like, it's too soon for this. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, I'm not on board.
As two people who are prone, no, you're not wrong at all. I mean, as two people who are prone to being dramatic, I feel safe in saying like something like Snape being black now is nothing molecular moves in me when I hear that. Like I truly could give a shit. Like I just don't, why would it matter to somebody? I don't operate like it's very bizarre.
My biggest argument is that the person that like the only person of like significance that I've seen in the trailer that has changed their race from white to black is the antagonist of the entire story. That's my biggest concern. Like that's my eyebrow raised. because he's the villain for the entirety of the spoiler alert. He's the villain for the entirety of the series until in the very last book you find out that he's been protecting Harry the entire time.
I did see another podcast where it's like, so if this is 10 episodes, it is Harry Potter being suspicious of the one black guy at Hogwarts until 5 minutes before the end. And he's like, oh, never mind. He's a hero.
Like, that's the problem, not that he's, you know what I mean? Like, what? Although I will say the guy playing him I'm into him. You know what I mean? He seems
he's
cool.
a piece of ass. I mean,
and again, to go up to play Alan Rickman's like most famous character, legend, Dominic.
Sure.
Legend.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem death threat worthy. It's not even that big of a deal. It's not even. It doesn't even feel like stunt casting.
People are lunatics.
You know what stunt casting is? That's what I want. I want
Yeah.
Vivica Fox to play Hermione. That's stunt casting. That's where you go back and you're like, what's happening here? They're ruining my like. That's not. And actually, they're not ruining anything. Vivica as Hermione is actually something that should happen. And I'm going to start a GoFundMe so we can afford her. I'm going to do my own. This is how we're going to combat J.K. Rowling. We're going to make our own Harry Potter. We're going to cast it with the most outlandish people. Vivica Fox will be Hermione. Joey Lawrence will be Harry
Potter.
Judi Dench will be Professor McGonagall. Like, we will run the fucking gamut.
But also, why not do like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child as a series? Like, that would be, I would be watching that. But instead, it's like,
they're redoing it. Yeah.
It's a thing where I finally felt, when I watched the trailer, I was like, I finally feel what it was like in the 90s when I watched all these things and you being like, yeah, we have this. Like, my mom being like, yeah, this was a show that was on when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? And it being like, oh, this is cool. Like that, I finally felt that way in its entirety. Because I was like,
it feels too soon.
It feels
too soon because there were so many
20
movies.
years ago.
It just feels too soon. You know what else is too soon? The Jeffrey Epstein drama that Fixing Famous People has been casting for more than a year, by the way, with many stars. Not the least of which is my episode-winning casting of Jennifer Garner as Ghislaine. I always forget if it's Maxwell or Matthews, and I don't even care. One of those. We've already cast this. Well, as it turns out, there is a new Jeffrey Epstein drama coming, and it is starring Laura Dern, who's also going to be executive producing this limited series. It's based on a Miami reporter who was sort of instrumental in breaking the case.
So nervous.
Here's what I have to say. Again, no shade with this as well. I think it is way too soon.
100%.
Anything. As much as we joke around about the eventual miniseries that's coming, which is just the natural order of things, we are not out of this story by a fucking long shot. And I'm going to use the I word here. I'm surprised at Laura Dern, and I think it's actually irresponsible that we're even making some sort of historical or dramatized document about Jeffrey Epstein yet when we're not done. Like, not even close.
We're in like act one of it still.
Yeah. Now, I understand the marketing purposes of like, you can update it every year. You can do a new episode, but we're not ready to even crack the egg on this. Like, we're not.
Make a documentary about it to like get the information to the people. You know what I'm saying? We're still in the fact finding stage of this.
Right. So
I'm not ready for a documentary where you interview that person, not.
So I'm not ready for you to tell me how this all started. Like, we're not even in the middle of it yet. So I don't need a dramatization of chapter 1. I want to get to chapter 10 where everything's unredacted and we
know the actual story. Yes.
We actually put someone in jail who abused one of these girls rather than just this one woman. It's just it feels gross, to be honest with you.
100%.
And I don't get grossed out easily. Trust me, you don't know where I hang out.
No, they know. Dominic, they know. They're aware.
Chapel Roan, Bodyguard Gate.
The bodyguard. Why is that not a meme? Like the bodyguard and his Chapel Roan.
Oh, I bet it
Although,
has,
did you see, Dominic? Did you see, speaking of online hate, did you see that there was a study that was done and like 20% of the hate for her online was by bots?
Of course
in
it
this
is.
bodyguard thing.
I think 20% of everything online is just by bots.
Yeah,
I told you,
as you know,
I boosted a video on TikTok the other day. It cost me $30 and I got like 10,000 views, not a single comment. It's just mathematically impossible that would happen on TikTok.
100%.
That many people,
100%.
and no one says anything. So it's like, I paid $30 for you to show my video to robots.
And
I want my
PS,
$30 back.
100%. And two, like, people are mean on TikTok, so they would be like, "You're ugly." You know what I mean? Like, it's like people on like
Oh
people
yeah,
are mean.
everyone thinks
Yeah.
I'm Mateo Lane's grandfather on TikTok. I
Yeah.
get it. It's actually a funny joke, but no one even
It is
said
funny.
that.
But do you know what I'm saying? It's like that's
Mhm.
like people are mean there, so they would come to you with meanness and be like, "You're an
Yeah.
idiot." You know what I mean? Yeah.
Not so. Chapel Roan, since we last talked about this story, she released her own little statement. She was like, I don't recall this girl coming up to me. The bodyguard was not my bodyguard at that time, and he was working for the hotel. Turns out the guy was like, that he wasn't working for Chapel Roan at the time, blah, blah, blah. It's all sort of a mess, really. But at the end of the day, the amount of think pieces and the amount of hate that Chapel Roan gets it seems shockingly disproportionate to me. She's just a pop star, really. And to quote Bradley Stern, who runs the site Mew Muse, and he's got his own podcast, he was going back and forth with a bunch of people about Chapel Roan. He just goes, when did we need pop stars to be nice? Like, why the fuck does it even matter? What if she did shush the kid away? Does she need to be crucified? You know, like
Exactly.
we talk a lot of shit here, obviously, about people with less infractions, but truly, I don't know. It's like a woman. It's like clockwork. A woman is idolized for a year and then demonized the moment she shows she's a human being. It's crazy.
Here's what I will say. Here's my one little caveat. Did you see the video where she's like outside and she has her phone out and she's like, "These people are not leaving me alone." Have you seen that video? Because when you do,
yes,
like
it's separate from her. Like, yeah,
that was bad. Like that was bad.
She's annoying.
Yes,
she's definitely annoying. I'm not even gonna front about that.
The way that she plays it is wrong. If she was like stunner shades on, like Mariah carrying this and being like, "I'm not taking pictures," you know what I mean? Like think of Mariah's like vibration
time
when she was like, remember when they were like, Katy Perry went to space and she went to space, like, and they were like, "Would you go to space?" And she's like, "I've done enough." Like, if she had that vibration on her, if she was like, "Guys, sorry, no pictures," like, you know what I mean? We would be obsessed with her. We would be like, "That she's amazing, mother, blah, blah, blah," whatever the fuck the gays are saying. You know what I mean? Like, we would be like coming our pants over her. But the fact that she's like being the victim about it, that people want to take her photos with her because she's famous, like, that's the problem. Like, if she would just be like, "Guys, sorry," like here, or like she goes into the doorway of wherever she's going and be like, "Okay, take a picture," like, and she does like a kissy face and then leaves, like, we're good. But she gets too involved in it and is like sparring with people. You know what I mean?
I mean, far be it for me to defend Chapel Roan because I know she had been singing and doing her thing for many years. But like when she became famous, it was so
quick,
instant that it very clearly rattled her. I understand that. I understand that she's probably like, "Whoa, this is not what I thought it was going to be."
100%. And she even put that album out in like a year later, it got picked up. Like, I remember it coming out and Hassan and Katie Rosen being like, "This girl's about to blow up. This girl's about to blow up. Like, listen to Chapel Roan, listen to Chapel Roan." And it wasn't until an entire calendar year later that like people started listening to and like it became mainstream. What was it called? Like the Midwest Princess, whatever that album's called. And so that is also very weird. Do you know what I mean? I feel like mentally for her that she's like, "Oh, I put this album out and I thought it was like whatever." And then out of nowhere, I became extremely famous.
You've not lived until you have been to Lesbian Week in Provincetown and seen an entire dance floor of women aged 70 and up, knowing every word to Pink Pony Club and singing it like it is the lesbian national anthem. Like truly, her stardom ekes into the strangest corners of society that you just wouldn't expect. Like she became a major star very quickly to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I just think she does not play it correct. She's not playing it right. If she's going
to disappear for years.
But she's got it. Like, again, she can't. She's getting in the muck with people where she needed to just walk by with her security guard. You know, when I saw that video of her like outside some restaurant, walk by and be like, "Sorry guys, I have to get to dinner," and then be like, "All right, one photo. Like here we go." And then she like blows a kiss at them. We're good. We're so good. But instead, she's like fighting people. You know what I mean?
Right. Also, responding to people and responding to haters is always it is a never ending black hole. Like once you go down there, and there are many people, comics included, who run Instagram pages where a big portion of what they do is they put up negative comments on the screen and they respond to them like to the people, and they get people to go to those people's pages and, give them hate. It is a waste
of
of time. No one thinks you are cleverer by responding to people and singling them out. It's never a good look. What Chappell Roan needs to do is post a video, a joke. Like, she needs to film something of her, like a toddler crawling up on stage for an autograph and her kicking the child into the audience. That's what we need, because I need to know that she knows that show business is bullshit and she needs to just carry on with her life.
Yeah, no, you are 100%
not in
correct.
bed with the apologies. And also, by the way, the soccer star and Jude Law's ex-wife or whoever had to go public because their child cried about something in life. Be a better parent and grow the fuck up. Because now everyone's going to know your kid's the little bitch that pissed off Chappell Roan. I know she's a kid, but I also know that you're adults, and you separately releasing statements just because someone take a lump once in a while, people. Take a lump. Don't be so fucking
releasing statements to like catch a follow from someone. Do you know what I mean?
Just
to like try to get on Good Morning America. You know what I mean? That's why you did this, by the way.
You fool. Before we go, just two fun things. People are trying to get Maura Higgins to be the next Bachelorette. I think if she wants it, it would be utterly fantastic.
It makes us forget. It makes us forget all about. And her little accent would be a meme factory.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be like, I think I love you. You know what I mean? Like, come on, people. What are we like? Come on.
I mean, she's being drafted into the role as we speak.
100%.
It's just really, I think, a matter of whether or not she wants it and whether or not Rob Roush becomes a contestant on there and fucks her in the fantasy suite, which is what we all as human beings want.
Or Rob can be like someone who like comes in to be like, this is my girl. You guys better all treat her well. You know what I mean? Like he's coming in to like wag his finger at them. Like, I like that too. Even if he's not like competing for her love, like he's coming in to like suss out the guys. And then they like have a little meeting where he's like, this guy's a loser. This guy's great. I like him. I don't like him.
Then he comes out of the closet and fucks some of the guys in the fantasy suites that Maura gets rid of. Just writing a little fanfic. Coming up on the a la carte, Perez Hilton almost died and documents that on Instagram. Yes, he is still with us, though.
Here we go.
FKA Twigs versus Shia LaBeouf, a feud we haven't heard about in many years. It's been reignited. Christopher is thrilled.
Death.
It looks like Pink will be the first female artist to headline the Sphere in Las Vegas. I love Pink. I can't be at any of these aerial shows. I can't watch any of these people bouncing around.
With her, it's not entertaining. You want to talk about people passing out? That she's already doing Cirque du Soleil, and then it being in the Sphere, insane.
I feel like someone's going to die is what I feel like. There's too much that can go wrong in there.
Yeah.
We may know who Ryan Murphy will be choosing for his next love story now that the John and Carolyn episode, the series has ended.
Oh, brother.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, the one that he had, the
one was on Dancing with the Stars,
has won his first bodybuilding competition. And with each passing day, he is a clone of his father. I'm actually happy for the kid. I've never seen a father and son look more alike before than these two. It's insane. En Vogue is fighting. We'll tell you about that. They've also been fighting for 35 years, but this icon tour is not sitting well with any of the groups that are on it. The X-Files reboot has been completely cast, and Howie Mandel continues to be a menace and had to apologize on the internet to Kelly Ripa this week.
Because apparently there were ads on our show that were for Howie Mandel's podcast or something that Howie Mandel was doing. And so they're like, not your nemesis being a sponsor of your show. And
why does the algorithm, remember when I was trashing Progressive Insurance and we went to break and the ad was
Progressive?
It's like the algorithm's fucking with us on purpose. Two things before we go. One is, if you haven't seen the trailer for this new RuPaul starring movie directed by Adam Shankman, it's coming out this summer and it's called Stop That Train. It is full of drag queens, including RuPaul playing the president of the United States. It is along the lines of the Zucker Brothers airplane movies. It's an absolute farce and a disaster movie and a comedy. The world needs it. Between Mariska being on Broadway and this movie coming out, it looks so much fucking fun and it looks so fucking stupid. I cannot wait to go to a theater and watch this. And the second thing is, thank you to all the listeners who have been repeatedly reminding us that we have several episodes where we asked you to vote on who the winner of the fixes was, and we've just been
And then just didn't tell
moving
you.
on with our lives. We will give you results now and thank you to all of you who wrote and called in and sent actual mail. No one did that. For fixes for Joan Cusack, Meghan Trainor, and Heather Locklear. We also reached out to you, the listeners, for you to fix Jim Carrey a few months ago. And we got so many responses that we go over all of your entries in a special Patreon episode, which will be out soon. After that Patreon episode airs, we'll come back on main and let you know who the winning entry was. Some of you are very creative. Some of you, I'm not sure what podcast you're listening to, and how dare you submit such lackluster. Christopher, who do we begin with? Which results would you like to read first?
Joan Cusack, right, is the first one?
Yes, Jackie Beat is our guest. Good Lord, this was back in December. Okay.
It was in December. The winner with 61% of the votes is Jackie Beat, was to star in season 4 of White Lotus.
That fucking bitch. We're never having her back.
What was the next one?
Congratulations, Jackie.
Congratulations,
Ms. Megan Louise Trainor.
For Megan Louise Trainor, the winner with 65% of the votes is myself, Christopher Louise, with her new single, Skinny White Bitch, which I still need to record, by the way, and finish writing.
Congratulations, Christopher.
Thank you.
It has been logged. And for our most recent episode, last week's episode, if I'm not mistaken, with Heather Locklear and our guest, Podmother Kate Casey, who was the winner of that episode?
The winner with 45% of the votes
This was a nail biter, okay?
is Dominic Louise Pupa with Dynasty continuation nighttime soap opera named Samantha.
You know what? I'm going to play that role. Going back to the Vivica Fox, just moronic casting, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to play
great.
Sammy Jo Carrington. Yes, and please tune into Patreon. We will have that episode up soon with all the Jim Carrey entries. There were a bunch of them.
20-something. There were a lot.
Woo!
After these vital messages, we will be fixing the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Melissa Joan Hart, with Dame Erin Bagwell and also her co-host of her new podcast, The Hidden History of Magic, Rhiannon Houch. Well, Dominic, our first guest needs absolutely zero introduction because you know and love her, obviously, as Dame Erin Bagwell, the Buffalo Medium, Under the Moon Gate.
There's a plus one. She brings a plus one now.
She brings her new podcast co-host, Rhiannon Houch, co-hosts of The Hidden History of Magic podcast. Thank you for being here, ladies.
Thank you.
So excited.
And congratulations on the new podcast. Why don't you tell us all about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, it is a deep dive into the historical secrets and mystic moments that you won't find in your history class. So we talk about Joan Quigley, the Reagan astrologer. We talk about Aileen Cunningham, the first public broadcast medium. We talk about TV mediums. And essentially, we have a giggle, we have a laugh, we share some history, we share some magic, and it's a fun time.
Yeah.
I know a TV medium. Maybe she should come on your podcast.
Uh-huh.
I would love to have her.
Anytime.
And to be clear, you're talking about Joan Quigley, not Shirlene Quigley, who accused Lizzo last year of sexual harassment on
she
tour.
was the one that was harassing. She was an assailant.
Shirlene was the harasser, right?
I mean, Joan
And
does
she loved
harass
Jesus.
Nancy, so maybe it's a legacy of harassers.
That is my favorite thing about Joan Quigley is that I can't tell if she really wants to fuck Ronnie or if she just really hates Nancy so much that she attacks her 1 million times through her astrology and through Ronald Reagan's astrology. It's amazing.
I think both of those factors can exist in the same
Yes.
universe, actually. Yeah.
That's an American love story, right? Waiting to be shot, if you ask me.
Ryan Murphy,
Get
we
him
have
in
your
line.
next feud and love story combo. Let's do it.
So obviously, I mean, you've been hearing the promos of the podcast on this podcast. So everyone go sign up and go subscribe to The Hidden History of Magic. I will be doing an episode very soon. So everyone get ready.
What will the topic of your episode be?
Hilma Off Clint, the artist, who actually normally I'm not in this room. I'm in like the living room, and the painting that is behind me of the swirls that is always in our reels is one of her works, like a reproduction, obviously.
What day of the week does the podcast come out? And is it every week or is it just
So we
when you
do
feel like you have
flagship
something
episodes
fierce?
every other week on Wednesday, same as you guys. And then we release something called Witch TV, where we teach you real life magic from the episode. So, like the first episode we did was all about Queen Victoria. And actually, Kristen Meinzer was our first guest, which I stole from your circle, of course. And so we channel Queen Victoria. And then for our Witch TV episode, we teach you how to connect to your ancestors without a medium.
Okay, love that. And there's a Patreon, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Patreon. You can watch everything. You can get into the coven. We're going to do live events. It's going to be really fun.
There are bonus episodes where we do less history and more magic, and we encourage our guests to help us do psychic readings. It's very fun.
Yeah, Chris, you
Do
might
you
have to
do
do some
curses?
psychic readings on,
I know. Well,
on your episode.
Well, Rhiannon told me that I have my third eye plastered over, so we need to get that unplastered. Like I need to get. I've like knowing that I was coming here with you two. I was like, oh, actually, I need to like ask them about this afterwards. Like we need to get that third eye popping. You know what I mean?
Do you do curses?
Well, you can't heal if you can't hex.
Oh,
Right.
Let's
Dominic,
talk
who are you
off
putting-
mic. I have a list. Who am I not? Who aren't I?
Oh God. Okay.
Is this where we say speaking of curses?
Speaking of witches. Speaking of witches.
Speaking of which,
We arrive at today's fixable celebrity, Ms. Melissa Joan Hart. Dame Erin and Rhiannon, did you pick her off of a list that Christopher sent you, or did you solicit us and say, please let us fix our favorite witch?
She is from the list, and she just so happened to be a witch. Well, although we should talk about that.
Yeah. we
Sure.
should.
And we will. Chris, was she on the list for a long time? Were people avoiding fixing her?
No one has picked her in a long time, so I'm excited for this one.
Do people not want good for Melissa Joan Hart?
we'll get there.
I think people don't. I think Rhiannon read her memoir, so we're going to get some hard truths at the end of this episode, I think.
Now, listen, you know I love an acronym more than maybe anyone on the planet, but MJH does not roll off the tongue for me. So we're going to just keep calling her Melissa Joan Hart. Now, we're at that point in our broadcast where we play the middle name game, where we ask Christopher and our guests to guess the middle name of the person we're fixing. But obviously, we have to have a little twist this week because her middle name is actually Joan. It is Melissa, and Joan and Hart are all on her birth certificate. Since we normally say these facts anyway, we just will. She is 49. She'll be 50 in a few weeks. She is an Aries. She was born April 18th, 1976. And she was born in, which I did not know, Smithtown, New York, which is where my parents live.
Wow.
Which is where I graduated from high school. Yes.
Wow, a Long
I
Island
did not know
girl.
she was a Long Island girl. I never picked up on it. She lost that accent. Toot sweet. She did
Yeah,
a great
quicker
job.
than quick.
So instead of guessing Melissa Joan Hart's middle name, I will ask those of you who are here, these three of you, who I know are a younger generation than I. So maybe you were you are the Beanie Baby generation, I believe is what it's called.
I was.
Right? You're the
for
Beanies.
Sure. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Instead of
Guilty.
guessing Melissa Joan Hart's middle name, I'm going to ask the three of you to guess the middle name of perhaps her most famous character, Clarissa, from Clarissa Explains It All. The first of her three major roles, the other one being Sabrina, but who cares? Her middle name is probably just Teenage Witch. But I did look it up. It was said on the show, so it really is Clarissa's middle name. I don't have background information or zodiac signs for Clarissa. I do know that her last name was Darling. That's all I can give you. And she is actually a few years younger than Melissa Joan Hart. Let's take that as you go. What is Clarissa Darling's middle name?
I feel like I remember this. It's something weird, isn't it? Like she doesn't like the name. It's like Phoebe or Fee. It's something like with an F or a PH. Like it's something nerdy and she doesn't like it. That's in my brain somewhere. Dominic, you're not making a face. Am I wrong?
This is not how the game is played, Erin. And your
Yes,
royal
it-
title does not exempt you from that. You don't get it.
Do we get to know if it's guessable, gettable?
Yeah, is it
It's
on the
absolutely gettable. On the 1 to 10, 10 being guessable, this is a 10.
This
Oh.
is a 10.
the Dominic Pupa scale of gettability,
Which means only means something to Chris, by the
from
way,
1 to
'cause it's
10,
like-
but it is a scale, Dominic. You coined it. Wait, it's
But
you
Chris will
said it's
know,
a
like, when I
10?
say it's gettable, he knows the 5 names I'm thinking of. And I'm not even saying it's one of them, but it's just a gettable. This is a middle name.
I would guess
A human middle
Anne.
name.
I was going to guess Anne, so I'm going to guess Wendy.
Erin?
Erin, come on.
Other than the two guesses, the other names that Erin shouted out earlier, it's none of those names. So I will just tell you that.
Catherine.
It's not like it is, other than Louise, it's the most middle name of all time.
Don't say Marie. God
Clarissa
damn it.
Marie Darling. Yeah.
It was right there.
So
That's
apparently her mom would yell it out as she would scream Clarissa Marie Darling when Clarissa was in trouble on the show. So
Mm.
there are probably listeners who have probably crashed into telephone poles screaming.
Wait,
That's a pretty
yeah,
good to
yeah.
know the answer.
Wait, Clarissa has the exact same initials as me. CMD.
Well,
Wow,
Look
magic.
at God.
Anyway, look at God. Look at God.
look at her.
You know Dominic's been saying look at God, Erin. He's been saying it on
forever.
episodes. Yeah.
Good.
Forever,
I know,
though.
but
It's
he's-
like, I love look at God.
I do
and we
too.
should be looking at God, whoever that is for you.
Oh, God. Okay. So,
Melissa. What is Melissa? I keep getting confused between Melissa and Clarissa.
they're the same person,
yeah,
Dominic.
Clarissa.
Long Island Girl. I mean, when I tell you that she was just like a working child actress, like she did commercials, she did what have you, and then she just sort of became, dare we say, the Hannah Montana of Nickelodeon.
I mean, she was for a little bit.
She was the queen of her
Do
own
you guys
kingdom.
want to know a fun fact about Clarissa?
Yes.
Anything.
So she originally went up for the role of Blossom and the role of Clarissa, and she got both. And so she was kind of like trying to figure out whether or not she wanted to be Blossom. Yeah, a lot of swinging door moments with her and other shows too later. Her mom kind of decided it'd be better for her to have her own flagship that was all about her. And so she went with Clarissa.
Nice.
But she actually, another fun fact, is the oldest child of 8. And all of her siblings are TV actors and were in
Really?
shows.
Interesting.
Yeah, but she's the most famous, obviously.
Yes, of course.
Her breakout role, obviously, is Clarissa Explains It All, which was a very early Nickelodeon show. I mean, I was very young. What year did it start?
91. So you
Yeah.
were
I was
I
1
was
year
young.
old.
You were
Yeah,
watching
I was-
reruns, probably.
Yes.
Because it did run for years after it was canceled. It ran from 91 to 94, but then there were 65 episodes. They just kept running and running, which is when you guys would have all.
I was obsessed. She was our original Sarah Jessica Parker, Carrie Bradshaw.
Absolutely.
She really was.
She was.
This was the fourth wall before SJP introduced it to us. It's actually true.
And the Lizzie McGuire is just Clarissa Explains It All with a different hat on, basically.
Yeah.
Slam. But the beginning credits was literally just a white screen. And then it was like if you watched it now, you would be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is what it was. But like, it was like the first graphics ever, like that were just like moving around a screen.
She's like
and
drawing them on.
She would like draw the thing and then she would like she would do this and the words would fly away. And at the time that
Incredible.
was like, we were
We've
like
never seen
falling
anything
down.
like it.
Yeah. Oh, and you know the other thing that I really remember about Clarissa Explains It All is that she had Keith Haring artwork on her wall. And at the time, he's like dying of AIDS. And like, it's like, he's like the biggest artist in the world. And she had Keith Haring artwork. And I always remembered, like, that was the first artist that I knew who he was because of that.
I mean, it's just a great line and a joke. You know what I mean? It's just like, who's your favorite artist? I discovered a guy named Keith Haring from Melissa Joan Hart, actually.
Yeah.
The child Melissa Joan Hart as a fictional character.
But
That's pretty amazing.
It was Keith Haring artwork in her room.
She was very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, she had They Might Be Giants posters on the wall too, because I guess in her audition, she mentioned that was her favorite band. And they were hesitant to cast a blonde, but they were like, oh, you listen to cool music though. But the song that she referenced in the book, this is the thing that baffles me about her because she is a Long Island girl. It does try to shed her image with her Maxim cover. But then at the same time, her favorite song from They Might Be Giants was like the Animaniacs song.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But that made her edgy and cool to be Clarissa.
So
Wow.
Rhiannon, having read her book, can you tell me, was there an identity crisis between where does Melissa end and Clarissa begin and vice versa? I'm going to guess no.
No. And what's very interesting about her book is that I feel like Clarissa into Sabrina is kind of the same teenage coming of age where she's like just a good girl who doesn't quite fit in because she's a little bit quirky, a little bit different, but nothing over the top or super edgy. in that world.
Yeah, it's very
And so-
earnest.
I mean, who
Yes.
amongst, really? Look at the
Yeah.
four of us. We could be the village people. I mean, who, honestly, look at us. We all identify. But then the other marquee role comes along 2 years later, which is, of course, the aforementioned Sabrina, the teenage witch.
John, before we get into Sabrina, I'm cutting you off because do you know the ideation story of this TV program?
I do not.
It's
Fill
so
us all
good.
in,
So,
please.
so her mom was like, "We got to get you a new show." Clarissa was canceled. They actually tried to do a spin-off of Clarissa where like she was in New York and she was like a New York
An intern, like an intern at a newspaper or something, and they did
Yeah.
shoot
Yes.
the pilot. I do know about
exactly.
this.
Yeah. And so that never went. And so her mom was like, "I got to get you a new role." So she hit the pavement and somebody had put on
I'm
her
sorry.
desk.
What do you think the notes were on the pilot for the Clarissa sequel? Like, did a nasty executive send an email back and say, she's explained enough, we're going to pass on this? Was that it? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lamb. Well, essentially, she finds the Sabrina comic. Somebody like puts it on her mom's desk, and her mom actually goes to Archie Comics and buys the rights for $1 and then
No.
pitches the show.
Yes.
So they already
Right.
had Melissa Joan Hart
Right.
attached because her mom essentially show runs this whole program, does the casting, does everything, wardrobe, like the whole visuals of
great.
it.
Well, because she probably
Yeah,
learned
so-
so much from being on set with her for Clarissa, and then was like, "These
Yeah.
fucking people are idiots." She was like, "Look at this. Who's this random producer, Dan Schneider? That's going to end up speaking of raping children. He's going to do all this stuff. Like, oh, he's a fucking loser. Let me go do this myself." You know what I mean? Like,
She got a bidding war for Sabrina. She started with she wanted to do a TV movie because TV movies were all the rage.
Yeah.
And Melissa
And
Joan
it
Hart
was
had done
one.
several-
It did start out as that, right? Like it was
Yes.
initially a movie that did air.
They tested it to see kind of the next steps.
Mhm.
smart, by the way.
got into a bidding war. Her mom got into a bidding war with 3 different networks and then went with ABC. And then we're given the worst time slot, which is Friday night when everyone's out, except that their audience was
Children that
Right.
weren't out. They were like at their houses because they were little. one of them being myself.
Obsessed.
Yes,
Obsessed
yeah.
with
And it was a
TGIF.
key.
Nothing better.
This show, that lineup was sort of groundbreaking because it did turn. Because Friday night for a while was a big soap opera night for adults in the 80s. And then when all those shows went away, Friday night programming, like you said, was where they sent stuff to die. But then they very smartly rebranded it to TGIF it had to have been paired up with like Boy Meets World and
It
all those
was.
other kids
Yeah.
centered shows.
They had
Clueless.
crossovers with Boy
Yep.
Meets World. Remember, she's in an episode of Boy Meets World as Sabrina Spellman.
Mm.
Like they
I
had
love
crossovers, and that was like Family Matters was on TGIF and all that. Like that was like when Urkel was big.
Yeah,
and all those
Sabrina was
shows.
actually
Should we
the
fix
queen.
Jaleel White? Should we
Does
get
it-
his ass on
Does he
here?
need it though? Does he need it? I feel
I
like he's
want more of him. Every time I see Jaleel White in something now, I'm always like, oh, because he is a man. I mean, he is
We could
and
put
a
him,
piece of ass.
Come on.
we could put him
He's
on the
truly
list.
gorgeous, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why are we not?
No, and I mean, please, you want to talk about the most parodied thing ever was Urkel. You know what I mean? Like that was, Anyway, wait, her mom though, we have to tip the hat. Like Kris Jenner wishes
Truly.
that she'd had.
I
it.
tipped the hat because I don't know this woman's name. Like she was able to be a stage mom without turning into a caricature of it, like Kris Jenner or like Brooke Shields' mom or
Dina
like
Lohan.
anyone whose mom. Dina, thank you. I don't know Melissa Joan Hart's mom, and I'm not supposed to. That's how good momaging works.
They talked about her too. Like she ran the show, and Melissa Joan Hart ended up directing episodes and ended up in the DGA. So her mom like took care of her career and they cast all of Melissa's friends in roles so that she could just hang out with her friends on set. So her mom, like, it's that thing where the worst momagers like isolate their children and make
Right.
them the best friend.
Yeah.
And it seems like Mrs. Hart, Mama.
Because they're all
Janice,
mama
I
from
think was her
Gypsy.
name.
Not so from Melissa Joan Hart's mother. Not
No.
one bit. This is
Do you
great.
think do you think Melissa Joan Hart was a monster on set? Do you think she was like, my mom runs this thing, you fucks? Like
She was. She taught Leah Michelle how to be Leah
Yeah,
Michelle,
right.
probably. She's running a school.
She is a very confident woman. I will give her that. And she says in her memoir that
Mhm.
she taught Britney Spears how to sneak into the back door of clubs.
I know, Chris, I was waiting for us to get to this part
I'm
because
sorry,
there's a
Betsy,
Britney crossover.
That's a euphemism for anal sex, and I won't take any of it. You heard it here on Fixing Famous People. Rhiannon just said Melissa Joan Hart taught Britney Spears how to take it up the ass.
Sneakily. Yes.
If only there were a way to sneak it, life would be so much easier, honestly. So much has to happen first.
Oh, God.
But do you remember, Christopher, a little music video called Drive Me Crazy?
I sure do, because before we get to the end of Sabrina, I must just say, like, it was a humongous TV show.
Absolutely.
Like, everyone watched
Premiered
it.
to 17 million views. It was number 1 on TGIF.
That's insane. No show does that. Like, no show today has 17
She
million
lived
views.
with her 2 aunts.
period.
Caroline Ray, already an established comic, became a household name-ish after that.
Name.
There was a talking cat on that show whose name I do not
Spellman.
remember.
Salem.
Spellman?
Oh,
Was the
no,
name of the
her
cat?
last name was Spellman.
No, the
It's
cat.
Salem.
What was the cat's
Yeah,
name?
Salem.
Salem. That's right. The few times I watched it, it was utterly ridiculous because the cat doesn't even move its mouth. It's just like a stuffed cat, right?
No,
Yeah.
basically, it
I
was a
want
puppet.
that cat.
It was a
Who's
puppet.
got it?
But it was for us kids, like we were peeing our pants. Like it was so funny. And he was like a character and he was
mean.
funny and he was mean to them. And like, we loved it. We loved it.
And also very odd for that period to have 3 women fronting a show. Like very revolutionary.
That's a great
And
point.
they're witches. Like it is witchcraft. Like they would make jokes about like their leader being the devil. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was very like in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, like the Netflix one, like it's much darker. But this one was like a sitcom. But then it was like, they were like, well, the Dark Lord doesn't want us to blank. Like, and it was like very edgy. Like there was a lot of like very Christian people that like didn't want, they were like, this is the devil like coming into your living room, basically, because it was they were Satan worshipers, technically. You know what I mean? Like in the show.
Wow. Fun.
As an aside, I actually did watch the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina when it was on.
Same.
I
Loved it.
Loved it. My ex and I were like addicted to it. Loved it.
Yeah, so did I.
It was so dark. It was so gay. It was so like, it really was. It was very queer and very bloody and sexy. And it was great. It was, in fact, chilling.
Yes.
As advertised.
So then, Erin, she's in a music
Well,
video.
so she does Drive Me Crazy kind of in the run of while Sabrina's still happening. I think they overlap.
They do overlap.
So she says, let me take on a little
Absolutely.
bit more. And she does Drive Me Crazy. And the fun thing is that Britney comes on the premiere of Sabrina and then she goes on the music video. So they kind of do like a crisscross. And then to Rhiannon's story, they go out and Melissa Joan Hart shares that she felt like Britney's schedule was too packed in. And this was something that was kind of interesting. Is it felt like Melissa like had a little bit of a party girl era, but like there wasn't paparazzi, there wasn't
like
TMZ.
no one knew.
So she got to like go out of to the clubs and like have fun. And so she basically sneaks Britney out to go dancing one night because she can't get out of like her parents' hair.
And she like teaches her the ropes, which looking back now was a mistake.
Yes.
How?
Well, she used to party so much. In her memoir, she name drops that the first time she saw cocaine was when Paris Hilton tried to bum a cigarette and then dipped it into a baggie and was like, want some? And she was like, I would never. But then in the same breath, it talks about doing doing Molly at a Playboy party. And it's a whole so she's so baffling to me because while she was doing Sabrina the Teenage Witch, she did have her party girl era and she's happy to call everyone else out about it without having to own it. But she partied so much that she bought a nightclub. Like she became an investor.
Like, why am I spending money on this when I can just own it?
Yeah, it was like something in LA.
Meanwhile, it's area, like the one that they all go to in Laguna or in the hills. Like she owns Ledoux. Remember that one. And then obviously she's in the music video for the song Crazy, Britney Spears, which like she lives on in infamy mainly through that music video. Do we agree or no?
Agree.
Yes.
I love that
by
movie.
the way, that's actually a fun story because the name of that movie that she was in, Drive Me Crazy, the original name of that movie was called Next to You. And they shot it. And then this music video came along. This Britney song came along that they were making the song of the movie. And the song was so good. And Melissa and who was the dude? Was it Adrian Grenier?
Adrian Grenier.
Yeah.
And they were in it, and they knew it was so good that they changed the name of the movie to Drive Me
Interesting.
Crazy because of Britney Jean Spears' song.
her
Brilliant
impact.
move.
Her impact. Brilliant.
Her
honestly.
impact, even back then. Yep.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Crazy is the song that was playing in my Uber that was also a karaoke thing that pulled up to your show in Palm Springs, Dominic. I believe me, Hassan, and Greg Arcade, I believe when we're pulling up to your Palm Springs show this past December, we are singing Crazy by Britney Spears, I'm pretty sure.
Sting.
Just some lore. Anyway.
Now, there's a little bit of scandal that happens now after in Melissa Joan Hart's career. I don't know if you guys remember this. In the Maxim magazine, they put her face on the cover, and underneath they write Sabrina, insert like weird pun here about being a naked witch. And then Archie Comics sues her, and she almost gets fired from Sabrina for being in this magazine. And she's like the fodder of every talk show and so she has to go through that whole roller coaster of kind of becoming a woman in front of everybody.
As they all do.
It says, Sabrina, your favorite witch without a stitch, as in she's naked. I mean, I love it. I'm like, that's incredible.
Now, mind you,
she's never coming better. Oh,
she looks great.
She says that
photos.
she was coming down from E during this photo shoot,
great.
and she kept passing out.
You can tell. She looks freshly fucked here. She probably was at the club. Good for you.
She was passing out. She kept passing out.
She kept passing out during this photo shoot because she went to a Playboy party the night before.
Mm-hmm.
See, but like, this is the thing now where like they did this and everyone was like, we're good. Like, if that happened, if she passed out one time during this, we'd be like, nowadays we'd be like, all right, like go to the hospital. What? Like we would like, do you know what I mean? Like no one would be like, let's continue to do this. They'd be like, you need to go to the hospital, not like
they got to get that shot, Chris. They got to get.
Now I'm less jazzed about how good she looks. If she passed out one time, they shouldn't have then kept shooting her with wearing just a sheet. But she hasn't sued them. I guess nothing bad happened. I don't know.
No, and she was in a bed. Maybe it was just really comfortable.
Sure.
She's really good with that full hair. She really does.
To take to the bed.
Yeah, she looks great. Like body be banging too. She looks incredible.
Well, she said that it helped with Drive Me Crazy. That because they were talking, everyone was talking about this specifically. All she had to do was apologize to Archie Comics for it, and that she didn't mean to. And she thought she was going as Melissa, not Sabrina, for this cover.
Yeah.
And so all she had to do was apologize for that, and she was fine. And then all of the press made Drive Me Crazy a hit.
Because in Sabrina, she's not like a sex symbol. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like she would wear like little chunky sweaters and little black pants. I remember her outfits being very sad. Do you know what I mean? Versus like on, during like Friends.
If she wanted fashion, she could have been Blossom. She apparently turned her back on that.
Correct. But like on Friends, and they would wear those little tank tops with no bra, you know what I mean? And they were like, had hard nipples all the time. And that was like, because they were like little sexy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
she wasn't doing that. She was wearing like turtlenecks and like little pants and little mud shoes. You know what I mean? Those little mud, what are they?
The
little
show
mules.
was for 9-year-olds. So appropriate.
Yeah. So it's like this was like her I'm sexy now moment, And then what?
Sabrina ended around, let's see when it ended, 2003, 2004. She collaborated on an animated version of Sabrina, which I've never seen, where Melissa voiced the two aunts and her younger sister voiced Sabrina in the animated version. I was so uninterested in it, I didn't even Google it. But for those of you who are, you head to that YouTube and find it. But she did a lot of one-offs. She started directing. She directed a short film. She directed isolated episodes of many television shows. Let me pull up her directing blog here. Film, video.
And then let me insert one other little fact is that when she got married, MTV approached her to do a reality show about her honeymoon years. Her mother said, absolutely not. You will not do reality. This is beneath you. And it went to Jessica Simpson.
No. Oh my God. They really tried to get her.
Door.
They really tried to get her so many times. She married him
in 2003. Yeah, it was that time. It was that era.
Well, this is where my opinion of her turned in her book. I went into it loving Clarissa, loving Sabrina, loving Drive Me Crazy. But then she talked about kissing Mario Lopez on set and that he accused her of slipping the tongue And she was like, no, you slip the tongue to me. Like it matters at all.
Who cares?
Period. Yes, it's Mario Lopez. Like, go with it. And then she said, AC Slater stuck his slinky Latin tongue in my mouth. And I was like, you don't have to say it that way. And so that's when I
His
started to have some
slinky
feelings.
Latin tongue.
P.S. Dominic's writing that down. No, Dominic's writing that down. He's like,
I am. When we're done here, I'm
He's
going to
typing
the
it on his
Eagle, and
message.
I will use that phrase 500 times tonight. I will drink too much and ask for someone to give me their slinky Latin tongue
Yes.
tonight, without question. This is fantastic.
okay, that's terrible. Also, like, you were
Chris,
trying
put that
to
in the
bang
glossary.
him.
Please write that down. We have
Slinky
to put
Latin
slinky
tongue.
Latins in the
Okay, I'm writing it
in
down.
the glossary.
But like,
Oh my word.
like you were trying to bang him. Stop. You know what I mean? Like,
She also talked about James Vanderbeek and having to kiss him with his thin lips. It was how she described him. And so
Okay.
it is wild.
come for
that
James
they
Vanderbeek.
You
should
should be so lucky, to be
How
honest
dare.
with you.
yeah.
Because one of the great, oh God, this is going to be terrible. I don't want people to light torches. I mean, why Melissa Joan Hart is so relatable is because she is truly an every woman. That's why when I look at
Yeah.
that Maxim cover, I'm like, whoa, you're a sexual being. But beyond that, no, really not.
Like she to me is like mom. She's been a
Even as a kid, she
40-year-old
was
soccer mom. Yes.
Yep. You know who her best friend is? One of our favorite acronyms is, of course, CCB, Miss Candace Cameron Bure. I still don't know how it's pronounced.
I think it's
but
Bure.
they're very close friends, if not best friends.
Well, because she's now in all these like that, like present day Melissa Joan Hart is like, I'm in like all these like
She's like a lifetime queen.
like lifetime slash.
She's also a Jesus queen too, just like
Yeah.
Candace.
Yeah.
She was cast in a Netflix series. She had the lead in something called No Good Nick or No Good Nick on Netflix in 2018. I swear I don't remember this either.
At
It was the
all.
lead in a
No.
comedy. I haven't seen it. But before we get to the arena or possibly continue to trash talk her, let's not forget about the third of her great triumphs. She had Clarissa and Sabrina. Number 3, there is no Melissa Joan Hart story without Melissa and Joey, the
Yeah.
ABC family sitcom, starring Melissa and my all-time favorite, Joseph Lawrence Mignogna III, known to you as Joey Lawrence, who she played a woman who hires Joey Lawrence as a nanny to help care for the children of her incarcerated sister. So it's the boss with a titty twist, you know, it's just it's like that. We're looking at Lifetime movies. We're looking at occasionally doing things like directing an episode of The Goldbergs, for example. Yes,
Yeah, that's
The Goldbergs, a big show and stuff like that. And she is, as Rhiannon mentioned, in the DGA, and that's become that and the occasional movie are what she's
She had a
doing
podcast
now.
for a while too. She did with another gal.
Her and her husband opened up a sweet shop in LA, and after a year, an employee sued the sweet shop for, among other things, racial discrimination, which isn't funny, but it's just like, this is Melissa Joan Hart. Anyway, it failed. They were found not guilty by reason of ridiculousness. And that store, it was like called Sweet Hearts because like her last name is
brother.
Hart.
Kill me.
And I think her and her husband also have a clothing line because everyone does. And it might or might not be called King of Hearts.
It's giving Tori Spelling a little bit
Mhm.
with these
Yeah.
last things. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
branding.
like
No, she's like gone the influencer route, it feels like too. But most of her posts in the last year have been trying to cash in on Sabrina nostalgia. And so it's like, oh, do you remember this episode? Tell me, what's your favorite episode? Give me the number of the episode and what it was
Ooh,
about. Like,
I hate that. I hate that. Hearing that her mom bought the Sabrina thing for $1 and then made it like the biggest show. Cause like, I remember when it was like the finale of Sabrina and the Teenage Witch, and it was like, are her and then what was Harvey gonna get married? Remember it was like their
Mhm.
wedding and stuff like, which like at that time, like that was the end of like every single, remember like The Nanny was the ending of it was like them getting married and like, so like, you know what I mean? Like, but it was such a big deal back in the day whenever it was like the finale of Sabrina the Teenage Witch and she's graduating from high school and they're going to get married and all this stuff like that. To know that the mom bought it for $1,
So good.
that's incredible. Like incredible. And so that's like, why can't she harness that? What is that? Like now I'm like, what's that fix? Because like, that's what I want to be is like, how does she harness that power again? But she can't, it's too far away.
And here we are. The F word's been said. We are slowly rolling up to the arena. The red carpet is being rolled out. And Chris and I are staring at each other in this limo, knowing that neither of us has a fix ready at this time. So who will open the door when they're finally ready to go into the fixing arena to fix Melissa Joan Louise Hart of Smithtown, New York?
Okay, this is weird. Okay.
The spirit is working through Chris.
No, I'm like, I have an idea, but I'm like, this is going to win? Probably not. But like, it's just what all of the normal things that we usually do. Memoir, she's already done it, and like, and Rhiannon hated it. Like
Dancing with the Stars, done.
You know? Like all the usuals, she's done.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Masked Singer, she's also done too.
Yeah,
What?
our least favorite show
Yep.
ever. Like, you know, all the usual suspects, she's done it. Like, we're past that point. So I want there to be, and I thought it was like a documentary, but then I think I want there to be a podcast that maybe her and her mom. Jessie Ware has a podcast with her mother where they like cook something for the person that comes over and they have a cocktail and they talk, and it is so good. And then it's just very funny. And her mom just talking. Her mom has this really Cockney accent and it's very funny. And I just like them. And it's like, there's no stakes, but like, it's just fun. And I love it. I want her and her mom to like have a podcast where other people of that era come on and talk about what it was like to film these shows. Cause to know that her mom needs to be telling that story like every fucking day. Her mom should be like with Oprah telling that story. Do you know what I mean? That's like an incredible story. And we're not giving it the respect that it deserves. And like, I want the first episode to be her and her mom talking about it, maybe with like Caroline Ray or like Harvey or one of the people that was in the show with her. But like those kinds of stories for like her, Caroline Ray could be a great guest. Alicia Silverstone would be a great guest.
They did a movie together.
People
Joey
of
Lawrence.
that, Joey Lawrence, all the Lawrences, you know what I mean? Like Mario Lopez.
I think she's friends with
Blinky.
Howie D of Backstreet Boys.
Just them talking about what it was like to be stars in the 90s. We all, at least the three of us would listen to that. I believe that Dominic would as well. But like, and us three millennials, 100% would listen to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone that was on Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's what I think I want from her, because that's something that you're like, oh, that's really interesting, versus like doing a chocolate line or whatever the fuck Dominic was saying, like sweetheart, like stop. You know what I mean? What is this? Tori and Dean's like bed and breakfast, like kill me. You know what I mean? I don't need any of this like hokey bullshit. Tell me about like you and your mom running the set of the most successful show on ABC for like 10 years. That's interesting.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yes.
That's my pitch.
Okay. Noted.
My pitch for Melissa Joan Hart is, I love that Maxim cover was the painful bridge that every female star of her generation had to go through. You know what I mean? Between eras, sort of like when Miley came out, that was, was it VMAs or whatever, dressed as like in furries, shoving that foam finger up her hoo-ha or whatever the fuck she was doing. And we were like, get off that ice cream cart. And now we're just like, give her every award possible. And she's cool as hell. Melissa Joan Hart needs an adult version of that. And I'm trying to think of the role that it would be. Initially, I wanted her. I'm very slowly over the years assembling the Jeffrey Epstein Netflix dramatization. I have Jennifer Garner already cast as Glenn Matthews. Chris, who did I cast as Jeffrey Epstein in this role? It wasn't Ben Affleck. But
I think it was Orlando Bloom.
Oh, maybe. Yes. I think it was Orlando Bloom. If she were
Hillary Duff as Virginia Giuffre, never forget.
Oh, I did. Fuck, I already did this because I was going to say, if she were a few years younger, I would suggest Melissa Joan Hart for the Virginia Giuffre adult role. She couldn't play her during the committing of the abuse.
She could be the adult version.
I think she's a little too old. If she's fixing to be 50, and I haven't seen her in a couple of years, so I'm sure she doesn't look 50, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I would think I'd need her to be a little bit younger. What I really wanted to do, I was bowled over when I was looking at that picture of her in Maxim and that big full hair. And she reminded me of Sharon Stone in Casino. Like that's what she looked like on the cover of that. magazine. And that's the role. And I want to be specific for the fix instead of just saying like, she should be a whore. She would have been great in Hustlers. Like she could have,
Yeah.
maybe even in the Jennifer Hudson, good Lord, in the Jennifer Lopez.
And
Maybe
I
Hustlers-
am telling you.
Or a dancer, not just a hooker. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I need to see her. I want to see her in an adult role. I want to see her in
something sexy.
it's.
Mhm.
I
Like
just want to
Elizabeth
see her in
Berkley.
something sexy. I
Mm.
want a more
Showgirl.
sexualized version of Eat, Pray, Love. I need her to be. I want
that's
her.
fun.
I want Reese Witherspoon to give her every script that she's rejecting because there have to be good ones in there.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
they've got to be dirty. It's got to be sexy. Because now that I know she has that in her, and 50, as is well documented, that's the moment. If I ever have to have sex with a woman again, if she's not 50, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. That's the peak. And this is it. She's due for a madam, perhaps. Or, you know what? Something that Jessica Lange would have done 10 years ago. That's what I want. Like, I would love Melissa to have taken the Fiona head of the Coven role in Coven, in like American Horror Story. Like, that's another example of a role I would just like to see her. Something mildly unexpected and like bawdy, because I think she's got it.
That would be Winky, the way that Stevie Nicks was in Coven because she was a former
Yes.
witch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but I have a fix.
It better be good.
Okay, then
Chris
if
and I will be
that's
texting
true,
throughout it. Go
if
ahead.
that's true, then Rhiannon has to pick between all of us. Then.
Well, I have a fix too.
Oh my God. Okay, well, okay, so it's
so for the
just
fixes to qualify, Chris and I have to be blown away by them. So there can't be any hard feelings if we think one of these is and one is not.
yeah.
Oh no, not at all.
And we're very Simon Cowell about it.
Love it.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Aaron.
Okay.
Dazzle us, ladies.
My fix is that I want her to do like a Netflix TV drama where she plays her mother. And we do like an old school, like we cast a young girl to play her, going through the Sabrina, telling the whole story. And we get to see kind of the dynamics of child actors. And we get to see this mom as a powerhouse. And we get somebody who's close to her, who knows like the inside and the story. And it can be dramatized or not, but I think that would add it to be salacious.
Like in Everybody Loves Chris, but the Chris Rock show, sort of a little bit like that.
Oh.
I don't
Right,
know if
'cause
that's
that
the
was,
tone.
like, No, not the same tone, but sort of the same, like where like that show was about Chris Rock's
yes.
childhood. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
You want this more like Griselda. Or what's the cocaine? the
What?
tonally. What's the one that Sofia Vergara did where she was like a Colombian drug
Oh, yeah, no,
lord?
Griselda. You're right. Griselda.
Yeah, I want it to be like edgy.
No,
and
but like it's
stuff and,
like production in the 90s, like kind of like the
Yeah.
studio, but
Like a
like
showbiz
in the
expo.
90s.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, my vote. I say I vote in. I vote yes. I vote
In,
qualified.
also in.
Okay,
That's a good one.
Rhiannon. That's a Aaron, incredible fix.
Thank you.
Okay. Mine tonally is a different direction than all of you. I
Uh-oh.
think that she should lean into her base, which is this Maha mom. You know, she's gone the Lifetime route. All of her successes have been sitcoms. I think she needs to lean into her roots and do a multicam sitcom, Leanne, or, you know, we don't have a ton of multicams anymore. And I feel like she could just really lean into who she is today and make that version for Netflix or even a network. I think that she could do it.
I think your pitch is probably the pitch she wants to do, but my pitch is the pitch she should do.
Yes.
I'm thinking of Leanne where it's just like a down, like she's just a mom trying to get through her day, maybe in Long
Like
Island.
an Everybody Loves Raymond kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Soccer mom. She has 3 boys.
You got a busybody neighbor that comes in.
Maybe she can do it like her life where she's married to a rock star.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't
I'm
know.
on the fence
It's-
too. I don't
it's
hate
too
it, but
si- I feel it's too similar to
Not
other. It's not
specific enough.
jolting me. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Can she have her
That's
tit out
fair.
the entire time? One tit?
can she be in that sheet and only that sheet that she wore? in the next-
Yes. I think that she has to do the thing where she talks about her party days.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
it's never that scandalous.
I mean, should we just throw it up to a Patreon vote and see what happens?
Let's throw it up to a Patreon
Sure.
vote.
All right. So, okay. So to recap, mine is podcast about being like, you know, a showrunner in the 90s and how her and her mom
Right.
basically created Sabrina. Dominic's is an adult role where she's sexy and 50. Erin's is a Netflix show where she plays her mother about basically the content of my podcast. And then Rhiannon's is a multicam about her being a mom in today's day and age with like a cookie neighbor and all that.
But as a Maha lady.
As a multicam. I'm chomping at the bit to see what the listenership votes for. Ladies, the beautiful pitches. Beautiful pitches.
Beautiful pitches.
It's
lot of love
this.
here
I think
for
this is the
her,
first time we've ever had
even though-
four pitches from 4 people in a show. I'm not gonna lie.
The Patreonettes have a lot of work to do now.
Yeah.
It's a lot to listen to in a way.
What an honor.
Erin, Rhiannon, this has been obviously a whirlwind. I'm so proud of both of you. I cannot wait to download and listen to. I mean, I've listened to the first
Yes,
episode because you sent it to me early, but I can't wait to listen to The Hidden History of Magic. Everyone listening to this, go subscribe, please, and download. Where can we find you guys on the internet?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you guys so much for playing our trailer. It
Of
was
course.
such a thrill to
Of
tune
course.
into the pod and hear our little voices. We know you guys have been like OG supporters of ours, of mine. So we just want to thank you so much. And the listeners, we love you. Yeah, you can find us on Patreon at The Hidden History of Magic. We're up to all kinds of stuff. It's so much fun. So please join us there.
Dominic, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Dominic Pupa. They can also go to my website, which is dominatory.com. Also, can you all find me on YouTube at Dominic Pupa and go subscribe to my page over there? I'm new to there, newer than I would like. And just come on over. I'm putting all my stand-up shit on there. And that's that. Christopher, where can the listeners of this podcast find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at The Krista Rosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People. I wish you all well. And as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye. And Nancy Guthrie, where is she?